And I feel like I'm like walking a tightrope trying to find the space that feels grounded and correct for me within all this rhetoric flying around. And I'll just, we have the right, including the president of the country, like attacking the left before we had any idea who this person was. President Trump talking about the lunatic radical left, Laura Loomer talking about how we have to use every power of government to stop the left, and every single person who has anything to say about this should be imprisoned. And when she was asked about Melissa Hortman and the political assassinations in Minnesota, was enraged that anyone could talk about that at all, right? Yeah. Then we have people on the right, like, I think betraying Charlie Kirk's legacy in his death by trying to water down what he stood for. Like, let's at least all be honest about what this guy stood for.
A hateful, racist, misogynist, anti-trans, homophobic bigot.
But even if you don't use those labels, right? Like, those are our labels, right? But even if you're on the right and you know that he wanted, a very rigid, closed definition of what an American was, and he wanted to shut down anyone who wasn't that, like,
purify the country.
Why would you water that down now? Like, that's what you loved him for.
Right.
And now you're trying to change who he was to justify something. I don't know what. And then you have the centrist Democrats. I mean, 3 pieces in the New York Times talking about how he practiced the right kind of politics. He was a champion for free speech. And I just need to say, I went on TikTok with this last night. Just because you like arguing with people who disagree with you does not mean you're a champion of free speech.
No, he sits in basically a throne under a tent surrounded by branded posters and things, throws things to the masses, and then goads lefties and liberals to get up to the mic and argue with him about immigration, trans rights, and abortion.
Right. And then really in his work,
it's a spectacle. That's not free speech. I mean, it's free speech, of course. I guess it's free speech, but people are speaking. But
people are speaking. But then in the meantime, you're encouraging parents to report teachers who teach anything you disagree with and get them fired. Not free speech.
Not free speech.
You think women shouldn't vote? I'm sorry, I'm going to say that's anti-free speech.
Yep.
You want immigrants to be deported without due process. That violates the ideas of free speech. Not free speech. Yep. So these centrist Democrats who are completely whitewashing the harm this person has done to millions of people in this country in the name of some kind of dignified, yes, come out and say he shouldn't be murdered. Come out and say, we think political assassination is bad. We mourn for his family. We hate that our country is in this place, but don't pretend that he wasn't who he was. And then MSNBC firing Matthew Dowd. I promise I'll let you talk in a minute.
No, it's fine. Go ahead with your bad self, man.
MSNBC. So this is what Matthew Dowd said. Hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. You can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and then not expect awful actions to take place. He's the lead political commentator for MSNBC. In my mind, this is exactly the job of the lead political commentator of MSNBC, and they fired him.
Yeah, and most of them didn't do their jobs. They were whitewashing. I mean, Morning Joe yesterday was they might as well have had paint cans and brushes.
I can't with Morning Joe.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why it's on. Every once in a while it's on, and I'm like, why is it on?
And then I'll stop. There are these people on the left who, in the immediate wake of his murder 2 days ago, were saying to their leftist siblings, please don't celebrate. It'll make it worse. They're going to come down on us harder. Now, I think we shouldn't celebrate murder. I don't celebrate murder, period. We shouldn't celebrate because celebrating murder is the wrong thing, period. But this codependent democratic idea that we have to play really good and nice to make sure that the right isn't mean to us or doesn't do anything bad. And we saw this with the beginning of, the ramp up of ICE raids in LA, right? Like, so the ICE ramped up in LA, people were fighting back. It got actually not even close to as violent as the right was trying to paint it as, but there were some instances of violence. And then suddenly we have Heather Cock Richardson going live saying, like, we have to be really careful so the center of the country knows what we stand for. Are we talking about the center of the country
No.
who voted for the guy who, I don't even know where to start. I go blank about what these people voted for. And then suddenly we're supposed to be perfect so that they know we're okay and standing for the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, all of that. All of that. First of all, like, where is the center of the country right now? Like, metaphorically, politically, morally, ethically, we are so far away from like tending to the center of the country or the center of the political spectrum. For the love of God, I've never been a centrist, never wanted to spend any of my time in the center, but for Christ's sakes, give me a break. So there's that.